He trained here. He put this city on the world map for professional boxing, and we're behind him 100%. I don't know if everybody knows what's at stake here. Do you know what's at stake here? What's at stake here is the WBC World Heavyweight Championship. It's the very belt that Mike Tyson wore, Larry Holmes wore, Evander Holyfield, George Foreman, Joe Louis, and the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. It's incredible to have a Tuscaloosa native as the next heavyweight champion. What makes it even more great is that he still lives here. He trains here. He's always in our community, supporting Tuscaloosa. I'll be riding down the road, stopping at a red light, and I look over, and there's Deontay. In a car, sitting next to him. I'm like, hey, Deontay. And he's looking at me like, why is this little fat white guy waving at me? But you know what he does? He waves back, hey. And then he drives off real fast. He's still training here at Skyboxing. He's also training at your YMCA downtown. He's at the YMCA working out. I'll be in there getting it on the elliptical, you know, thinking I'm doing something, sweating, and in walks Deontay, and he starts working out, sweat's dropping everywhere, he's screaming. People are looking at him like, oh my God, he's the baddest ever. And he looks over at me, he's like, hey man, when you get through warming up, come on and work out with me. I'm like, I'm dying. Just the other day, I went upstairs, and the mayor and I were playing basketball, and in walks Deontay. We're in this little pickup game of basketball. In walks Deontay, and he's going to play with us. But he plays on the other team, which was disappointing because when I went and drove the lane to go up for a shot, I saw this huge figure come out of nowhere, and he swats at the ball. And I got so scared, I pulled the ball down, I shrieked like a little girl, I was like, ah! And then I peed my pants a little bit, and then I somehow was still in the air. All that happened, I was still in the air, I was like, I can still make the shot. And I threw the ball up, and it bricked, and then he grabbed it, ran down the court, and dunked it for the win. And it would have been cool if I'd have won, because I'd have been telling everybody how I schooled Deontay, but actually I don't think I would, because he'd probably beat me up. Speaking of the YMCA, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the host tonight. The YMCA is one of our hosts for tonight. Green Beverage is a host for tonight. I saw Spencer Birchfield somewhere, but Green Beverage has been very supportive of Deontay. They've allowed him to work there while he trained. Will Higgins is a host for tonight's event. Will Higgins is also having a viewing party January 17th, the night of the event. There'll be a ton of folks in there, so it'll be a fun event. Go hang out. Make sure you support our host for tonight's event because they make all this possible. Centerstone Ends as well as Microtel End are our hosts for tonight. They've been putting boxers up. Hey, listen, they're training boxers all over the world. All right, they're coming to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and we're putting them up in these hotels. So we thank these hotels for providing the rooms for these boxers. Spa Bella V is a sponsor, a host for tonight, and they have been working on these boxers and working out their sore muscles and helping them to recuperate. The City of Tuscaloosa and the Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports are also hosts for tonight's event. Obviously, we couldn't make this happen without them. And Bryant Bank is actually a host for tonight's event, and they provided me, which I apologize on behalf of them. They're a good bank despite me, so you should shop there. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce a dear friend of mine, and as it turns out, my first ever Little League baseball coach. This man has worked hard to allow the sport of boxing to grow in the state of Alabama by sponsoring the legislation, the state's first boxing commission. Please give a warm welcome for your state senator, Mr. Gerald Allen.
Great job, Max, and you weren't so bad playing for me. You did a great job. Listen, this is a very historic night. If by chance you haven't realized that, it really is. To see a favorite son of ours do something that no one from Tuscaloosa has ever done. It's going to be an extraordinary night for not only for Tuscaloosa, for this great state, but for the entire country. And, but let me give you a little background on something. In 2000, I was at the Republican National Convention, standing on the floor, about to enter on the floor as a delegate. And I got a tap on my back shoulder. I turned around, it was Don King. And Don King asked me, say, Representative Allen, I was a House member then, he says, I need to visit with Senator Shelby. And I was seated next to Shelby that night. And I said, well, sure thing. And how long you going to be? He said, I'll be about 5 minutes. Well, look, my watch is 10 minutes, 15 minutes. About 30 minutes later, he comes back and gives my pass back to me. And he looks at me. He said, by the way, you know Alabama does not have a boxing commission. It has never registered with me that Alabama did not have a boxing commission. And Jay, that's when you and I sort of connected. So this is what Don King told me. He said, I will mail you something next week. I said, sure thing. Sure, okay, whatever. Well, the next week I get a call from my secretary from Montgomery, and she says, you got a piece of mail here, a big packet from a guy by the name of Don King. Who is he? I said, okay. I think this is good. And then the next week, he called my secretary to make sure the package arrived. From that point is where I started the process, and with Jay's help, we looked at several venues across the nation, trying to figure out exactly how to pull everything together. This is the road that we prepared and fixed for our dear friend and our son, Deontay Wilder. And I'm so happy that I'm here tonight to celebrate with you as well. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Senator Allen. Now I've got the pleasure of introducing another dear friend of mine, a man I've known for a long time. As long as I've known him, he's been in boxing. He fell in love with the sport, and I'm so proud that a nice guy like him is having this kind of success. He doesn't quit. He's not a quitter. I'd like to read from you one of the posts that he put on his Facebook page to give you an idea of the quality of man that we're talking about. Quote, I would rather fail 1,000 times than be such a coward I won't even try. Cowards are the first to criticize from the outside, but never have the guts to get in the game. Please give a warm round of applause for the owner of Sky Boxing, Deontay's co-manager and my friend, Jay, the nicest guy in boxing, D.
Thank you, Max. I'd like to announce my resignation from the sport. No, thank you, TTSC, the City of Tuscaloosa, Gerald Allen. This is amazing to have this kind of support for Deontay. We're going out there to do a job. We're going out there to win the heavyweight title. We want the celebration really after, not before, but we're thrilled that you guys are here because it just shows how much that you guys as a community support Deontay and the things that he's done. He's done things that nobody has ever accomplished in the sport of boxing. When we went to the Olympics, there were 286 boxers there in all the weight classes from all the countries. When it came to experience, Deontay was number 286. He was the least experienced guy at the whole Olympics and certainly on the American team. Yet at the end of the day, he was the only American to bring home a medal, bringing home the bronze from Beijing. I want to introduce a couple of people that are very important and have been important in Deontay's development. First of all, sitting right here tonight in camp with us, as he always is, he is the most accomplished Golden Glove boxer in the history of the United States. 110 wins and 1 loss. 1984, he won a gold medal in Los Angeles. He turned pro, and he won 2 world titles as a professional boxer. Please give it up for Mark Breland from New York. that we brought in comes to us all the way from Montreal, Canada. 4-time National Coach of the Year in Canada. Has trained 4 Olympians in Canada from their first day in the gym all the way up. Has worked with the likes of Sergio Martinez, John Pascal, Roy Jones Jr., and now he's working with the future heavyweight champion of the world. Give it up for Mr. Russ Anberg. And finally, and I know he's here somewhere, he always stays in the background. But I'll tell you, day in and day out at Sky Gym, there's one guy that gets the job done, from the kids, the beginners, the advanced guys, the head of the Golden Glove team, the only undefeated Golden Glove team for the state of Alabama 2 years running, Coach Cuz Hill. You'll raise your hand. The last thing that I would like to tell you is what Deontay has meant, not just to me personally, but to the coaches, the community, but that's all been said and done. The most important thing he's done is for the young fighters, the ones that Coach Cuz and I work with every day. What Deontay has done is emulate a sign that we have in the gym that says, no excuses, no explanations. What that means is, you can't go to the Alabama Golden Gloves and say, I'm from Tuscaloosa, those guys from Birmingham, that's a bigger place, I can't really win this thing. Deontay won it, so guess what? Now our guys win. You can't go to the Golden Gloves in Georgia, the Georgia Games, the Paul Murphy tournament, 400 boxers there. Our guys are winning these tournaments. They have accepted and embraced the fact that there are no excuses. There's nothing that you can say you can't do in boxing coming from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, because Deontay Wilder has done it all. He can do it, you can do it. One more time, thank you guys for coming out, and I do want to introduce somebody special here tonight that wants to say a couple of words. Please give it up for Deontay's dad, Rev Wilder.
Good evening. Good evening. Everybody happy today? All right. Glory to God. Everybody looking beautiful. You know, I was thinking about it, and I knew what I was going to say before I got here, and then I said I was looking at everything, and everybody, I forgot everything. and that don't seem right being a pastor myself. You know, preachers always have something to say. And Deontay and I was talking on the other evening, and I was listening to him. We talk pretty often on the phone. I don't want to get a chance to see him maybe as much as you guys do. And I was thinking about it ever since we talked on the phone. You know, life itself is a very, very strange thing, a very peculiar thing. And it took my mind back when Deontay, way before he started boxing, and he was going down to Shelton. And I thought he was going to play ball the way I played basketball, the way his young brother played basketball. And he walked in one day and he said, Dad, he said, I'm boxing. And I'm looking at him, what you want to box for? Because I couldn't perceive that in my mind. And I thought it was going to be one of these little things that was just going to pass by that all of us go through when we're in our teenage years. But he began to give me tickets at some of his amateur bouts, and I really didn't take him seriously until I started seeing him knocking out people. I mean, guys much older than he was, because he wasn't, I think he was about 21 back then. And I remember this guy that came from Montgomery. He was a big husky guy. I think he was an ex-Marine, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember sitting in the audience and thinking, who is Deontay going to fight? They kept announcing who was going to fight who. And this big guy walked in with beard and mustache, and I said to myself, I said, I know Deontay not gonna fight him. and you know, I guess that parental instinct kind of took over with me. I said, now if Deontay fight him, he knocked Deontay out, I'm gonna have to knock him out. and I guess it was just that parental thing, that parental instinct to protect your own. But they got in the ring, and the fight lasted for 1 minute and 35 seconds. I saw him swung at Deontay. Deontay leaned back, and it's like it was something on the Matrix. Everything started going in slow motion with me. And I saw his fist when it passed by Deontay. Deontay hit him and knocked him out, and the paramedics had to take him out of the ring. But one thing that I remember, there's so many things I remember about Deontay, but I remember when he was in the 6th grade. By me being a pastor, I always taught them not to fight. And you know, when you're a big guy, when you're a tall guy, everybody think you're a bully just because you're big. But we got some gentle beings, and I think myself is one too. But we all got a tiger inside of us. You back that tiger in the corner, and he's gonna come out. And they used to pick at Deontay all the time. He wouldn't fight because I wouldn't allow him to fight. I had the restraints on, no, you can't fight, just walk away. Just walk away, you can't fight. But I remember this one time, he was in the 6th grade. He was always a tall guy, as I was a tall guy, am a tall guy. And he came home crying. When he cried, when he's mad, he's crying. And he said, Dad, he said, these guys at school messing with me. They're trying to jump on me. And there go the parental instinct again. Show me the guys, let me see what they look like. I knew that they was going to be elementary kids the way that he was, and I didn't know what to expect. And when I got on the campus, there was 3 guys. There was one, you know, you can get a bunch of guys, but there's someone always gonna stand out and do all the talking. And I remember asking this little guy, I said, why are you picking on Deontay? He said, I don't like him. I said, well, what do you want from Deontay? He said, I want respect. And I'm gonna tell you, it took everything that was inside of me to hold myself back from telling Deontay to get it. Everything inside of me wanted to, and I remember when I was walking off, I wanted to tell Deontay to get it because his motor was running and he was ready to fight. So if I have anything to say to Deontay tonight, I want to tell him the restraints is off. The chain had been loosened around your neck. You're not under my control anymore. All I can tell Deontay tonight, when he goes to Vegas, get him, Deontay.
I don't even need to talk after that. Wow. All right, now it's time to get a preview of the excitement. Showtime's broadcasting this, and this is their sizzler, so let's check it out.
Bomb Squad! Are we looking at the next American heavyweight champion?
My time is now, baby. I'm 32-0 with 32 knockouts. When you talk about the heavyweight division, you cannot speak about it without speaking about Deontay Wilder's name.
Deontay Wilder seems that rarest of big men, lethal and lean. A 6'7", 230-pound amalgam of power, athleticism, and charisma.
The things that I do, the character inside and outside of the ring, that's what they've been looking for. They've been looking for a silent heavyweight.
Down he goes!
And now they have found that.
I'm the man to reckon with, Savannah! You watch out, cause I'm coming, baby!
What Wilder doesn't have is a title. That he'll have to take from a rugged and dangerous champion, more formidable than anyone he's ever faced.
In his mind, he thinks it's a joke or something. I don't see it like that.
Berman Stavern believes he's the future of the heavyweight division. And while he's not given to antic expression, he'll be the one posing the questions January 17th. Is Wilder a fighter, or merely an athlete? A familiar form of counterfeit, or the herald of a new age?
This is Judgment Day for him.
about that time, right? You've seen him growing up in Tuscaloosa, playing football as a tight end in a local high school, trying to make it to play for the Alabama Crimson Tide. You've seen him dunking the basketball at Shelton State on their way to a championship. You've seen him bring home the bronze medal in the 2008 Olympics. You've seen him working and living in this city of national champions. Now you get to see him transform this city of national champions to world champions. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the soon-to-be new heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder!
Okay. Yes, sir. We're about to send this Haitian on permanent vacation. But when I look in the crowd, though, I got to say, wow. I mean, y'all love me this much? Man, who said who? Ooh. Man, I'm just excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be able to endure my journey. It's been a long journey. It's been a long, long journey. I'm excited to be from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Man, so many people wrote me off because I was from Alabama. They laughed in my face. They didn't think I had the ability or the skill or even the will to even perform on the level that they was on, because when I was coming up in the amateurs, if you was there, if you was competing at that level, you've been out before. The guys, the elder guys, they've seen all the kid faces, and you know, here come this guy out of nowhere. They say I came out of nowhere, but I felt like I came at the right time because God didn't make mistakes. You know, we all, I believe we all have our due season. It don't come when we want. That's why we have to stay patient. But when it do comes, it's on time. All right. Because he's an on-time God, and I believe in that. For every person that he would put in my life, ever since I was a little kid until a grown man, that he would put the right people in my life for the right reason. Ain't that right, Roger? All right. He would put the right people in my life, and I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed to have so many loving peoples around me, family, father, mother, you know, sisters, brothers, just family around you guys, you know, such big support coming from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I never, for one, thought about leaving when I had so many people try to draw me away from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They said, why are you still there? There's nothing here to do. We got more resources for you. We're more about boxing than that. There ain't no history, you know, which they didn't realize. If they go back and do their history, they see that Evander Holyfield from Alabama. They see that Joe Louis from Alabama. They see that Ernie Schaefer's from Alabama. And all these are hard-hitting heavyweight champions. They just, at that time, we didn't have a commission, so they had to start their career elsewhere. So here I play in again, a guy from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 32-0. Knocking everything that comes in sight. So now we're on this journey now to be able to be the heavyweight champion of the world. So I think they need to go back and do their research. But guys, I tell you, man, as I look upon the crowd and stare, I smile because it's been a hard journey for me. Nothing has ever been given to me. I done worked my butt off for everything I've had, everything that belongs to me. I done worked so hard for it. I don't know what it is to be handed to. Only thing I know what it feels like to be handed to is hand-me-downs. That's about it. You know, other than working hard, you know, nothing. Every step of the way, from the start until now, because this is where my career began. This is the beginning. All that 6 years ago, it don't mean nothing now. You know, it was just the build up, the lead up to this moment right here. My journey starts now to become the heavyweight champion of the world. That's when it starts. And it's going to be a glorious day, and I'm just so happy to be from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, man. And all the kids that's in the crowd tell you right, it's not where you're from, it's where you're trying to go. Never let nobody limitize you, your ability, your talent, your will, your skill, your determination. Stay motivated. Stick around positive people that say, I am, I will, I shall become someone. Because once you lose sight of focus, then sometimes it's hard to come back. And we all know the saying, it's harder to go up a hill, but it's easy to roll down. And sometimes we roll down, there's a wee, and we enjoy it a little bit. But when they're dealing with life and career goals and we're trying to see, we all want to attain the highest that we can be. We always want to be the best that we can be. We never want to come back down to where we knew it was a struggle to get to the point where we wanted to go. And this is where I am. My heart is filled with joy to see so many people in the crowd and just to support. And man, it's a wonderful feeling. I love you guys, man, and I promise you, come January the 17th, I won't let you guys down. I feel like you know, I'm not really an emotional guy. Only time I get emotional when they're dealing with kids or my kids or something like that because, you know, I'm a tall, gentle giant. But just to see so many people of all race here at once just to support me, man, it's a blessing, man. It's amazing feeling, man. Oh, man. History came a long way, my brother. It came a long way, and man, this made me even more proud just to be from here, man. What other place you'd rather be from than Tuscaloosa, Alabama? What other place, man? Man, I can't wait for my trainer, JD's. Yeah. Let me tell you something. The man right there. Love you, man. Hey. Words can't describe how I feel about him. He's like a brother to me. We should have just been from the same mother's womb. He's like an older brother to me. We've been through so much together. This journey that we've been on. Starting out not knowing where it would lead us. Not even knowing how to get to certain spots. But we knew that if we kept winning, that we'll figure out a way of how to get where we're trying to go. Only if we kept winning, and that's the hard part, to keep winning. It's a lot of tough competition out here, and not knowing so many, only having so many limited resources of doing things, it was tough. I had to travel so many places, just even find sparring partners or different things. Jay always stayed on the phone, tried to find different things, and looking at a guy that does it out of the goodness of his heart. They never really asked me. He's never, and I ain't gonna put really, he never asked for nothing from me. But what it was expected. And and what I expected from myself, and that's to work hard. Because that's all I know. All I know is to work hard. I don't know nothing else. I don't know the cheap road. I don't know the shortcuts. I don't know how to, like I said before, I don't know how to cut my green beans. I eat them whole. I don't know how to cheat, you know? And I guess I have to thank my parents for that, my upbringing, you know? Sometimes we feel like we go through so much. Sometimes we can feel like we should have better, we need more, or we don't understand things. Because, of course, as a child, I didn't understand, but now as a grown man, the situation where my grandma used to say to me when she used to sit down and try to teach me, because grandma, you know, she always said I was anointed. She said, that boy's special. She wouldn't even let my parents whoop me. She said, that boy gonna be somebody one day. All right. All I can do is hold my hand and give God the praises now. Give God the praises now. You never know what our kids are gonna grow up to be. So I tell every parent, raise your kids right, teach them right. Tell them the right things right now as they're young. No matter what the circumstances of the situation, no matter what your financial state of being, no matter what, as long as you got breath and life in you, tell your kids the right thing and teach them right. It starts with you. It starts in the home first. You got to lay down the foundation for them. I don't believe in a child being bad. Sometimes that's how they express themselves, because they're seeking something. You know, as I became a father at a young age, with all my children, I tell them each and every time I see them every day, maybe 4 or 5 times out that day, I love you. I love you. Hey, Poo-Poo, I love you. Come here, babe, I love you. D, come here, I love you. Taco B, I love you. You know what I mean? I tell them all the time, I want them to know that Daddy loves them. Because if we don't tell our kids that we love them, guess what? They're gonna find love. And sometimes that love that they find is not the right love. And then we sit back and hold our heads down and say, Lord, what we went wrong? Where did I go wrong with this child? You know, and then that's when you ain't nothing. I done had people tell me I ain't nothing, I ain't gonna never be nothing. You know, you don't tell a child that, you know. But look at me, who knew I would become? I didn't even know I would become who I am now. And I had a great upbringing, you know. I had great parents. They raised me the best way they could, you know. Always taught me right. Always told me to love everyone, no matter what color. That's one thing. They told me, love everybody. You know, so that's all we knew. The only people that we probably hated it was among our own family. That was brothers and sisters. We didn't never get along. We always fought. But you have to grow though. That's part of a family, you know. They say love hurts sometimes. But I can sit here all day long, man, to see all y'all beautiful people, man. All the beautiful support. A lot of you guys I know personally, a lot of you guys I don't know. But from the bottom of my heart, yo, I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys coming out in this weather. This type of weather that I sit in the house and just look out the window, right? But y'all out here, and that means so much to me. That's going to be a part of me bringing this victory back, because I am bringing it back. I will bring it back. I will do that. No doubt. So if you're a gambling man or a woman, you better put the house. If something happens then, you lose your money, you come stay at my house. You ain't got to worry about that, because come 17th, whether you're going to be there, whether you're going to be at a friend's house, at a viewing party, or whether you're going to be in the comfort of your own home watching it, you will see me raise my hand high in the sky and then wrap so feel around my waist, and they're going to say, and the new heavyweight champ of the world, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I thank you guys. I love you guys. Talk to you all day, baby. You're coming.
Thank you so much, Deontay. Deontay, we want everybody to know that you could have trained anywhere in the world, and we know that. We know you could have gone anywhere, but you chose to stay here because you love this place. And we want you to know we love you, man. We love what you've accomplished. We love you staying here. We love you supporting our community, and it means so much to us. And there's nobody better to tell you that than your mayor. So come on up, Mr. Mayor.
My words are inadequate to add what has already been said here, so I'll be brief. But I know there are many proud moments I've had in 9 years of representing all of you in Tuscaloosa. This has to be one of the proudest moments. And I can't wait on the evening of the 17th to say that I'm mayor of a city where a young man holds the same title that Muhammad Ali held. Won't that be cool? And no matter, Deontay, what the honor and riches that title brings, what makes you special is who you are as a young man. And we are so proud to call you one of our sons of Tuscaloosa. And on behalf of our city council, Council President Taylor, Mr. Tyner, Ms. McKinstry, and everyone that represents the city, I'd like to present to you this proclamation. Whereas Deontay Wilder is a Tuscaloosa native and graduate of Central High School, me too, go Falcons. Whereas rising from obscurity to conquer the amateur boxing world, Deontay won the National Golden Gloves, U.S. Championships, and earned a bronze medal at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, China. Whereas Deontay, known as the Bronze Bomber, with 32 wins and 32 knockouts and 0 losses, is now on a quest to conquer his professional boxing dream of having become the heavyweight champion of the world. And whereas the citizens of Tuscaloosa, along with the City Council, wish to congratulate Deontay on his tremendous success and cheer him on to victory on January 17th, where he'll have the opportunity to make his dreams come true in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now therefore, I, Walter Maddox, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, and on behalf of a grateful city council, do hereby proclaim Saturday, January 17th, Deontay Wilder Day in Tuscaloosa, and encourage citizens hope you're this loud at the rematch at the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater. We're going to work that out after we win on the 17th. I wasn't finished. And encourage citizens to join me in supporting him in his quest to bring home the title Heavyweight Champion of the World. We look forward to seeing you at the victory parade. God bless.
I want one more thing that came to mind. Of course, everybody know about the history of me and my daughter, Naya, that was responsibility. I promised her when she was 1 year old that Dada would be a world champion. And God allowed that to be realistic. Now it's will be a dream that fulfilled. It'll probably be fulfilled to her. So I'm definitely do that. But along my journey away, I know I acknowledge Jay, but I want to acknowledge 3 other people as well too. That's a part of my team. I don't consider it as a team, it's a family. And these guys have been coming. Well, one guy lived here. I'm acknowledge Demarius, we call him Coach Cuz Hill. Could you stand up? Cuz. That's Cuz, call him Cuz. Just Cuz. God, he had dreams of becoming a fighter as well too, but due to personal situations that's going on with him, with his I have a lot of headaches and stuff like that. His dream wasn't gonna be able to fulfill, but the guy got a big heart. He took on the challenge of developing our kids into superstars and stuff like that. So all the kids that come to the gym, and even the older amateur guys, Cuz handling them, even if you want to come and get in shape, that's the man right there. He's a great guy, love the kids, great personality, and we brought him along our team, and he's been with us ever since then. And I'm proud of him from where he come and where he is now you know, and it's been great for him. That's Cub. Also, I got a guy from New York. Y'all may know him by Mark Breland, 84 Olympic gold medalist, 2-time welterweight champion all the way from New York, and he's been coming. This is one of our own as well too, because he's been in Alabama a lot lately, and he knows the ropes around here. And that's my trainer, Mark Breland. And not last but not least, you know, this is another guy, you know, that we love as well too. He was the last member to come along, well, the second to last. I don't know how the direction go. We all family, it doesn't matter the order. But you know, he brings joy to the team. You know, good spirit guy. You know, very intelligent, very wise, and we bump heads at times, but that's what family do. We're gonna argue. We're gonna bump heads. That's what make the team, make the family be successful. And every time he come down, we introduce him to Waffle House and grits. And we like to go play pool all the time. And love and one of the best magic men I've seen. You know, I get on the case a lot. I try to find loopholes or whatever, because magic is something that is just only the mind of me, but it's fascinating though. And that's Russ Ambers right there, the owner of Russ Rivals. I like to acknowledge that. Again, thank you guys. Y'all dressed warm. I know it's been warm in here. Y'all about to go back out in the environment where it's cold. That's when you get sick, from the warm to cold. And just want y'all to have a safe night home on your travels to your homes. And I thank God so much for you guys, and dearly from the deep down bottom of my heart. And I got a lot of body. It's gonna go from the foot to the head and back to the middle. I promise, I love you guys. I love you guys, and I'm not going nowhere. If anybody here think I'm gonna get that better and leave, don't worry, I ain't going nowhere. I can't leave Alabama.
Deontay Wilder, ladies and gentlemen. What a night. Please know that the fight is at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, January the 17th at 9 p.m. our time. There will be a broadcast at Will Hagen's like we talked about. Deontay is such a gracious champion, isn't he? I mean, he's a gracious, just super nice guy. You can approach him, cool guy. And as such, he's going to sit over here and sign autographs for probably about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. He'll sign autographs till about 8:30. So Deontay will be over here to the left signing autographs. You can make your way over there and line up, get you an autograph from Deontay Wilder. This concludes the formal portion of tonight's ceremony.